what is up, YouTube? It's your girl PM, coming to you with the PM Vlog. I want to share with you an important experience that I did this past weekend with AM. It's been a very hyped up thing, something he's been wanting me to experience and go to for a very long time, like years. He's been talking about it forever. Always just like, you need to experience this. I need to send you over here and you need to go. And this year we finally made it happen. And this year we went to the Western Navajo Fair in Tuba City, Arizona. It was awesome. It's a big fair that happens on the Navajo Res, and it's a real big like celebration of tradition and culture. Like, people travel from really far, pretty far on the reservation, from the reservation, to come and do all the fun activities and things there that they offer. Sometimes it looks like it looks kind of like a traditional, like, kind of carny fair. There's rides and stuff, but really there's a lot of, when you go in, there's a lot of Navajo things and other Native American tribes like Hopi too. It's a real big like celebration of their culture. Some of the activities that you see that are different than like a normal like traditional fair that I saw, where there's kind of like powwows. There were powwows, and those kind of encompass like a lot of different like Plains Indians tribes dancing, but there's also other traditional dancing as well, and there's drumming, and it was really cool to be able to glance and see some of those. Really cool. Another thing that you see there, like for food, there's like your traditional carny food like corn dogs, but there's also Navajo food like that's very traditional, like fry bread, roasted mutton deluxes, which is fry bread with roasted mutton and like a chili, corn, potato, like all wrapped up in your fry bread. It's really good. There's stews, and Navajo burgers. So they have a lot of those traditional food places that you can go get there. And it's really popular. There's also a thing called a Piccadilly. Really fun, really good. Also really intense. A Piccadilly is an icy, like kind of cherry. You can pick whatever flavor you want, with sliced up pickles and gummy bears and Kool-Aid on top. It's crazy, but it's really good. Another thing that the Navajo Fair does is they have concerts like every evening for like the four days that are there. Concert that AMI went to together, that was really fun. It's a really popular band that I've heard of for a long time. It's State Line. What I've always heard from like relatives, like, oh, you go to like State Line dance and you find like a girlfriend or boyfriend there, is what I've heard about. But AMI went there together and did some country dancing, and that was pretty fun. Like, when I went there, I really tried to like immerse myself into everything. Like, I ate my fry bread, I watched some dancing, I went to State Line dance, and that was really fun. There was a headliner concert that we saw. It was Bone Thugs and Harmony, and that was really cool to see them. I only knew like a few songs, but the whole like energy and vibe is really awesome there, because it's in this cool arena that it looks kind of small, but it fits a lot of people, like a ton, and it's outside, it's in the desert, and it's really gorgeous. So like going to like seeing any concert there is really cool, because it's outside, desert, cool vibes, the sun sets, it's warm, and it was really cool. It's a really cool vibe. Another musician that I saw who played with Bone Thugs and Harmony were Little Mike and Funny Bone. They were probably like my favorite music group that I saw. They're from the Reservation Dogs, and they act in there. So if you ever watch Reservation Dogs, they're the two twins who rap, who are on there. and they're really fun. One thing that is a little bit different of going to, besides like the arena and things, is that the Navajo Res is, there's no alcohol or drinking allowed there. So the concerts, most of the people are really sober, and it's really kind of like calm and tame. Like people are enjoying themselves and there's like hype and excitement, but it's probably like the tamest concert I've ever gone to. They're just like, yeah, like into it, but yeah, people are like really tame, and it's kind of like a nice energy that's like kind of different to go to, that I enjoyed anyway. Another thing that you see at the Navajo Fair are people, different vendors. So there's a lot of like independent business people trying to sell their things that are native. Like they sell their t-shirts and native brands. Like you'll see like people with cool designs that have like, watch out, I'm native, like a cool native brand. So you see like different branding like that, and then there's also like people selling their traditional clothes like skirts and shirts and moccasins. You also see a lot of jewelry, like turquoise jewelry everywhere, and I definitely partook in some of those because I really like that bling for sure. There's always good deals, and there's just like so many jewelries and jewelers there. Another thing that was cool that I really enjoyed there was being able to like spot my family members and friends. So Am and I have been together for like 9 years, and I've gone to Arizona quite a few times, and I've met, like, I'm really pretty familiar now with all the family, and it's really big. And so it was pretty fun. Like, we're not at like a family gathering, and we're just like at this big fair, and I've been able to like spot different cousins and go, oh hi, oh hey there, and that was pretty fun. Like able to like spot a friend from far away, and I was like comfortable enough to be on my own too. There was a couple of times where, you know, I might have to like split apart from the group. AM stayed home, and I felt comfortable and safe enough to just like go walk about, because everybody is really nice at the fair. It's very family friendly. Navajos are very like friendly people and nice and courteous, and totally felt comfortable being like by myself for a little bit and being on my own and be able to like walk around and do shopping, or, you know, like, oh, I know, like, I have a friend over here or a cousin over here selling this, so I'm gonna go walk over and check that out. So I was like pretty comfortable like going over there, but I loved like spotting my cousins and my friends, like, oh hey, there you are, hey, how's it going? And so that made me feel kind of good. Another one of my favorite things too is like I have a cousin, or Am has a cousin, we both have a cousin, who sells cool shirts, and he goes to different powwows, and I love seeing him and seeing he sells streetwear clothes. It's Endless Warpath, and yeah, I love, like, I always go and say hi and buy a shirt from him, and so that's really fun. That's one of my favorite things.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Also, another cool thing that I went to, there's a vendor tent where there's like a big tent, and they had different like influencers. So there's native, like kind of like smaller like native rappers and musicians and people who are selling like their brands and their stickers, their beauty brand. They had all these different tables set up inside this tent, and I was like walking around checking it out, and there had been a fashion show. I missed out. I was kind of sad. There had been a fashion show there right before I went, and so I was like walking around, and I got to meet one of my favorite Instagram influencers there. Her name is Naomi Glasses, and she had just been judging that fashion show that I missed. But I spotted her from far away, and I have never really met anybody like from like the Instagram world. And she is one of my favorite, like generally, she's like one of my favorite influencers. She's Navajo, and I first saw her on a Vogue campaign for beauty and learned about her story there. And then she is a designer and an artist. She does different Navajo rugs. She weaves and she designs like bags and rugs, and she also has designed a blanket that you can find at REI. She has Naomi glasses, and I just like love her style. She's always like done up in like her skirts and like Navajo wear, and is always like blinged out in like huge turquoise jewelry. Like every single day she has like a whole lot of her turquoise jewelry on. And then she sometimes just skateboards. Like she'll just go skateboard in the desert, and she's really good at skateboarding, and she'll just skateboard in like all her turquoise in her skirt, and she is like always fun. And I was able to spot her in this tent, and she ended up being like the sweetest, kindest, like generally like just so sweet and kind person. And I was like, oh, hi, I'm PM. I'm Paige. I'm a really big fan. Like, I just love like all the stuff you do. And she was so kind and sweet, and she's just like beautiful inside and out. So that was like a really big highlight, being able to meet her. I also really loved like watching the concert with my friend Karina, and being able to like share in that and all that craziness. And yeah, it was really cool to just be able to like see all these cultural things of like the Navajo fair, and it was really fun. It was such a blast. Definitely like one of the like highlights of like, I don't know, like the last 10 years. Like, I don't know, it's definitely like one of my favorite things I've done. I definitely like, I want to go again like next year probably. I'm already like thinking like just save up a little more money so I can buy a little more jewelry, and like really strategize too, like all the activities, and really like super like take part and participate in everything, because I did participate, but I was also like kind of overwhelmed and just like I didn't make all the concerts and stuff, and I think this next time I will definitely want to go. But it was so fun and just amazing, and just like being able to like see my family who I'm familiar with, and see friends, and yeah, AM was definitely right. Hey, you gotta experience it and have a ton of fun with, and that's exactly what I did. Western Navajo Fair was like the best thing ever. But in the meantime, I will give you a big fat peace.